Hey everyone, Jose here from Rivian Tracker, and welcome to another Rivian Tracker video. I'm sitting inside my Gen 1 Rivian R1T here in my driveway, and today I just wanted to sit here and talk a little bit about the R1 refresh that got announced and go over some of the specs, talk a little bit about it and what my thoughts and feelings are behind it, and then finally answer the question, will I be upgrading from my Gen 1 R1T into a Gen 2. So let's begin the video, and yeah, we'll go through everything here and see how I feel at the end. Alright guys, well this is exciting. So today is Friday, June 7th. I have my laptop here with me with some information. But yesterday, Thursday, Rivian announced and unveiled the new second generation Rivian R1T and R1S with a substantial amount of changes to everything underneath the vehicle, inside the vehicle, minor exterior stuff. So I just kind of want to go and give you a little bit of the Cliff Notes version of what got announced yesterday. So Rivian has unveiled the new R1T and R1S. The R1S starts at $75,900 and the Rivian R1T starts at $69,900. Immediate deliveries of the R1S. The R1T will come at a future date, not too long in the future. Rivian has created a new tri-motor and quad motor configuration offering up to 420 miles of range. There are also new redesigned battery packs. There's a new standard LFP battery pack as well as a large and max pack. The exterior design remains pretty much unchanged, but there has been significant re-engineering for efficiency. So exterior wise, they redesigned the light bar that's in the front a little bit to now incorporate more RGB and show you segments of where you're charging. So little stuff like that, kind of cool little things. So hundreds of hardware improvements as well as redesigned software and in-house developed drive systems, enhanced performance and safety. Folks in the colder regions will be happy to hear that their new Rivian R1 second gen does feature a heat pump and has streamlined the architectural, the way that the vehicle has been designed will actually reduce almost 15% of the CO2 footprint, which is great news for the environment. Rivian also introduced the Rivian Autonomy platform, which features 11 cameras, 5 radars, and AI prediction technology for advanced safety and driving assistance. I'll get into that in a little bit more. We now know that the new Rivian 2nd Gen R1 is powered by NVIDIA chips, which keeps Rivian at the forefront of technology and autonomous driving. Multiple new drive units, new wheel options, and tire options have also been introduced to optimize range and performance. And then finally, we have a couple of new interior options, a new exterior paint, a new electrochromatic roof option, and advanced headlights featuring matrix LEDs, which will be enabled later on through a software update once regulation in the United States passes to allow them. So that's kind of the general consensus. So right, so general thoughts and feelings. This is a great update for the Rivian R1T and R1S. I think that being able to reduce over 1.6 miles of wiring in the vehicle is just, it's a great, to see that. It's going to help with weight reduction. They also were able to reduce the amount of computers needed. So they've optimized and simplified the way the vehicle systems work. So Rivian has done a great job of being able to simplify, cut costs, reduce parts needed to be able to simplify the process, and then also be able to offer more options for owners to be able to choose from with a wider range of pricing. So now you have your typical dual motor, you have your dual motor performance, you have a tri-motor variant now, which is really nice. And then you have a quad motor, all in-house built design drive units, which is really great and will save Rivian money in the long term, moving away from having to use third-party companies to build these drivetrains and these drive systems. We also have batteries. So we have a standard battery pack, which is now LFP. LFP meaning that it will accept a quicker, it will actually hold the state of charge longer, which is kind of nice. So as you're charging, that curve will remain higher. Of course, we still have to do testing to see, just exactly how long it remains at the high, charging rate or peak charging, but it will hold it better. Also, you'll be able to charge your battery to 100% every day if you like, with no issues or worries about battery degradation. There's also a new large and max pack. Now, while this has been unconfirmed, and I haven't been able to get anybody at Rivian to really tell me if this is true, it does seem like the large pack is a max pack battery that is just software locked. So could Rivian allow you in the future to upgrade your large pack to a max pack on these new second generation R1 vehicles? It is to be determined, but it does seem like that is the case, but unknown at this time. Just a couple of figures here. The dual motor variant, 533 horsepower, 4.5 0 to 60. The performance dual motor gives you 665 horsepower with 3.4 seconds 0 to 60. The tri-motor, 850 horsepower with 2.9 seconds 0 to 60. And the quad motor is 1,025 horsepower with an under 2.5 second 0 to 60, which is, that's a beast, right? Talk about a beast of a vehicle to have that much horsepower in, just these four wheels is, and it's such a heavy vehicle, right? Because assuming, weight reduction, all that, it's still going to be around a 65 to 7,000 pound vehicle, 6,500 to 7,000 pound vehicle. So it is not light by any means. So to be able to get supercar numbers in a vehicle this heavy and this big is just astonishing, to be honest with you. Rivian also introduced the Rivian Autonomy platform. Now, this platform is powered by 11 cameras, 5 radars, AI technology, and a bunch of other really cool technological stuff. This will enable features such as blind spot monitoring, cameras, so you'll be able to have the cameras pop up on your driver display, which Gen 1 vehicles will also get. But the new vehicle cameras are 4K, HDR, 60 frames per second resolution. They are the highest resolution cameras of any vehicle on the road, according to Rivian. So that is mind-boggling and so cool, especially being a tech nerd like I am. But with the autonomous driving technology package platform, you'll be able to also put on your turn signal when you're on the highway, and the car will look to see if there's available space and automatically migrate you to the lane and get you there safely and swiftly. It'll also be able to keep up with traffic, kind of like it does today, but unlike what it does today and more closely resembling Tesla Autopilot, it will be able to look at the traffic around you 360, up to 1,000 feet in front of you, which is really cool. And also be able to keep up with traffic, but also slow down if the traffic around you is, coming to a slow. So if the lane next to you is slowing down, the vehicle will slow down to kind of, make sure it's aware. It's very much aware of its surrounding, which is really, really cool, and a great feature as well. Some of the Rivian Autonomy platform features include lane change on command, so just activate the blinker and the vehicle will automatically change lanes for you. Enhanced highway assist, so it's going to offer you more of a relaxed experience with ample notice of when you have to take over. And then expanded road coverage, which is something we've been looking for and waiting for a long time. So you're still going to have those kind of predetermined roads, but expanded upon, because now the computers and the vision and the sensors and all that will be able to kind of look and be more aware of the surrounding and be able to safely assume and it's just going to overall feel better and safer. So that's really cool. Rivian also announced Connect Plus, which is a new premium subscription service coming this summer. We found out yesterday that it's going to be $14.99 a month for it, or $149 a year. So it's going to save you if you pay for the yearly subscription. That will unlock, and this is coming both to Generation 1 and Generation 2 vehicles. This will unlock Google Cast, which will allow you to stream up to 3,000 plus apps on your Rivian. YouTube, which we kind of knew about already. Apple Music was announced, so it looks like Apple Music with Dolby Atmos is coming to Rivian, which is very exciting. As an Apple Music listener, I'm very excited for this. To be able to have it directly in my vehicle and be able to stream it and all that. I think it's going to be really worth having the Connect Plus. There's a couple of other additional stuff with the Connect Plus coming to it. So, for example, if you purchase the Connect Plus, again, for $14.99 a month, which is a really, really good price, you're going to also unlock in-vehicle hotspot with unlimited data. So right now, we have the hotspot, but this is going to move into the premium subscription service, so you'll have to have it. Satellite imagery via the navigation. You'll be able to also have Alexa connected commands. So by default, with the free, base Connect package, you will be able to ask Alexa to turn on your AC, or Alexa, turn on my heated seats. But with the Alexa connected commands, you'll be able to, Alexa, turn on my living room before you get home to your house. So it's kind of really neat to be able to do that. You also have native music streaming apps, Tidal, Spotify, TuneIn, Apple Music. And then coming later in Q3 of 2024, with Connect Plus, you'll also get GearGuard live streaming cameras on your phone. So you'll be able to actually go on your phone and see the cameras from your vehicle live from there. Sort of similar to how Tesla has Sentry Mode, where you can log in through your app and check out the cameras on your car. So that's really cool. So that's exciting. So we plan on seeing all that soon. One of the new stuff coming again to the new vehicles is launch mode, where you'll get that option on the tri or the quad motor vehicles. So you'll be able to get cool visuals on the vehicle, and it'll actually record it for you. So that's really neat and cool. And then, of course, some of the more customized options. Rivian did introduce a new exterior color called Storm Blue. It's a really nice gray bluish color. I think it looks really, really, really cool and really pretty. You also have some new options on tires and wheels. Again, you can check all of these out at riviantracker.com. I've posted a bunch of these articles, but I just kind of wanted to talk about it here. There's a new redesigned 22-inch Aero wheel, which looks really nice. I wasn't sure about it at first, but it's grown on me. And if you take the Aero covers out, you actually have a really nice wheel underneath there. So that's really cool. Also, Rivian has introduced a option where you can get an electrochromatic roof. So this roof up here on the truck, wherever my hand is, will be dimmable through the screen on your phone. So you'll be able to dim it, and it will be kind of go opaque, or you can turn it off and it will give you a clear view outside. That will be an optional upgrade. I think it's $1,500 if you want to get it on any of the vehicles, which is kind of neat. So that will help. If you don't want to have the electrochromatic, you can still get the standard heavily tinted roof, which will help from heat protection and whatnot. Rivian also introduced a bunch of new interior colors, options, and just different packaging with different tones of wood, everything from walnut to driftwood, which are just gorgeous colors. I'm obsessed with these new premium interiors, like severely obsessed with them. They're really pretty. And then kind of like I mentioned, the new headlights on the Rivian, the stadium lights, do include matrix lighting. So what's really cool about this adaptive matrix lighting is that once enabled through a software update in the future, so the hardware will be there, it will be similar to how Europe has now, where if there is a car coming and it's dark and you have your high beams on, it will actually create a dimmable spot where that vehicle is coming from, so not to blind the oncoming traffic. So it'll keep it bright around, but then create it'll turn off or disable LEDs in the path of that vehicle in order to dim it and not have any issues with blinding that person. So again, really cool technology that's finally made its way here to the United States, and Rivian will be among one of the first automakers in the US to have that already built into their vehicles. So those are kind of the overall thoughts and process about that. Some other little things. Ultra wideband technology is coming to Generation 2 vehicles, so you'll be able to unlock your vehicle with your Apple Watch, with your iPhone, or Android, if you have a supporting Pixel or Samsung device. And that's neat. It is more, it's safer and more convenient and more reliable than Bluetooth. So kind of something that unfortunately Gen 1 vehicles won't get. But that's how technology works, right? Things will always change. And then what's really cool is the top of the line Rivian R1T and R1S Ascend Quad Max. That's a long name. These names are starting to sound like Apple devices. iPhone 14 Pro Max, iPhone 15 Ultra Pro Max Performance. Will actually offer a staggered tire setup, which is really the first Rivian vehicle to offer that staggered tire setup. So the wheels in the back will actually be wider than the ones in the front. Again, this is just because of performance, so you get the optimal performance. That is how you'll get that sub 2.5 second launch in perfect conditions, right? With that type of tire with a low rolling resistance and high grip. So that's kind of the new stuff. So now I want to give my thoughts and opinions on all this. Number one, first of all, well, not number one, but I'm really excited. I think this is a great update overall for Rivian to do for the R1 generation. When Rivian started developing the R1T and R1S, the world was a different place, right? We had just come through a pandemic. They were dealing with supply chain issues. They probably didn't get the best pricing when it came to components and hardware and all that. Rivian has now been able to renegotiate all those supplier contracts and get the costs down and become more streamlined. So that's going to help a lot, being able to reduce unnecessary components and streamline and become efficient in what computers are needed on the vehicles and all that. By doing all that, you're now able to offer a wider choice of customizations for the vehicles, because even though you're offering more customizations, they're simplifying the process, right? And so they'll be able to offer, a new exterior color, bunch of new interior colors, accessories that we didn't see before, a new camp kitchen that they're working on. So all of these little things, right, will now help streamline that. So that's kind of the manufacturing side of things. Now, from a Gen 1 owner, I'm excited, but I'm also a little sad. There's a lot of things we learned that won't make it over to Gen 1 vehicles, such as turn signal, auto lane change, due to just the placement of the cameras in the vehicle and all that. A lot of the, none of the autonomy platform stuff is really going to come to the Gen 1 vehicles. So we are, I don't want to say stuck, but we have Driver Plus, which is the solution that we currently have in Gen 1 vehicles. We're kind of left with that, and it is still to be determined whether Rivian will continue to build out Driver Plus as well as the autonomy platform side by side, right, to still allow Generation 1 owners to get some of the cool features while not necessarily all of them. Excuse me. So it is we're not sure. And I've asked Rivian, but they've been really quiet about it. So there's no answer to that just yet. New wheel options, gorgeous. I think they're really, really pretty. I love the new interior color options. Of course, these are just some of the things. The fact that all the cameras are 60 frames per second, higher resolution, going from these cameras, which the Generation 1 vehicle cameras are not good, right? They're potato quality. They're just not up to par. So, these are the things. But this is like anything out there in technology, right? You buy a new phone today, and a new one comes out tomorrow, and it's going to be better, right? That is the same thing here. These are computers on wheels at the end of the day. So everything on these are just going to continue to improve. I think Rivian will continue to work on creating a great experience for Generation 1 and Generation 2 owners. And there's going to be a difference now. And when Generation 3 comes out, it'll be the same thing. No different than when we see R2 or R3 come out. There's going to be things those vehicles have that we won't have. And that's unfortunate, but it also is how the world works. So I've had to come to terms with that personally, because I'm a little bummed that we're not going to get all the cool stuff. And as a tech guy, like I mentioned, I'm gonna be sad that we don't get all the autonomy features, and I want the better cameras and all that in my vehicle. I love this truck so much, and I still do. But that makes me a little bummed. But that's just how it is, right? New iPhone comes out, you upgrade to it. But getting a new iPhone is much cheaper than getting a new truck every year or every 2 years. So that's where I have to tell myself, like, is it logical? So that kind of leads into the question of, am I going to get a new Rivian R1 second generation? And frankly, I wish I had a straight answer, but the answer right now is I don't know, because there's a lot of factors that play into this. I will be honest with you, I'm in a really good position with this truck where I don't owe a lot on it much more, so I can pay this off probably in the next 2 years if I kept it, and then have a paid off truck. But on the flip side of that, I love to create content for Rivian Tracker and bring you fun stuff and fun content, and I feel like I'm going to be missing out a little bit by not having the next generation vehicle in my hands to be able to do that with you. Not to say I still won't be able to create content and all that with this truck, but it's going to be different, right? You're going to get new owners who are buying these new vehicles, and there's going to be differences that I'm just not going to be able to share every day with. So there is kind of that downside. The new trucks, the second generation Rivian vehicles, are more expensive. That's just the reality. I was lucky to get this truck with pre-price hike, so I was able to, get it at that $75,000 or whatever. They're much more expensive. Also, like, I want those new interior options, so I probably would look at getting at least a tri-motor, because that's when those options become available. So dual motor is out of the question, so it's the cheaper one. So already there, I'm looking at least a $98,000+ vehicle upgrade. Interest rates are high right now. I'm paying a decent price for this. I have right now a 2% interest rate on this truck. So there's a lot of things working against me getting a new truck, because everything with this one works out so well. But I truly just don't know right now. I'm gonna give it some time. There's gonna be a few months. It's not like I can go pick up a tri-motor R1T today, because they're not available yet. So I have time to think about it. If I got another truck, it would be an R1T. I don't need an R1S. And so it would be another R1T. And there's just still a lot of questions up in the air about it. Will Rivian offer incentives for Generation 1 owners to upgrade? I don't know. I've asked. I've kind of been told maybe, but unsure. Will Rivian offer, what does a trade-in look like? What are they going to give me towards my vehicle? Unfortunately, there's really no way to know what that is until you go through the whole process of buying a new vehicle, right? Putting the deposit down and all that. So, which also, by the way, a tri-motor, quad-motor variant vehicle is $3,000 down that you have to put down, which is a substantial amount of money. Maybe not for you, but it is for me. So there's a lot of things that are playing into factoring here, and I just don't know the answer yet. I wish I could give you a straight answer, but the reality is I just do not know. But stay tuned to Rivian Tracker. I plan on providing more updates, more information as we learn about the Generation 2 vehicles. I have reached out to Rivian in hopes that I'll be able to get my hands on one of these vehicles to test out, bring out content, do a comparison between the Generation 1 and Generation 2. Plenty of creators out there have created awesome content already on this, but I want to bring you my own stuff from my own perspective and my own thoughts and opinions. So that's all I've got to say on this. Very excited for the future of Rivian based on just what we've seen here so far. And yeah, we'll see what the next thing brings. Next things up is going to be obviously the releasing of the R1 quad. And then obviously from there we go into R2, the new software that's launching. So stay tuned, for me to bring out a software video soon. And yeah, thank you so much once again for watching this video. I hope you'll like, subscribe, comment below your thoughts. Should I get the new truck? What are you gonna do? If you're a Rivian owner right now, do you plan on upgrading or keeping what you have now? If you're not a Rivian owner, are you getting a new R1? And which one are you getting? And what's your favorite new feature? Go ahead and let's have a discussion down in the comments below. And I will see you at the next Rivian Tracker video. Thanks for watching and have a great day.